Yeah.
As a young Egyptian Muslim, how do you feel about what's happening to the Christians in Egypt?
I'm so sad for that. I'm so sad because it's not only for Christians, it's for both Muslims and Christians as well, and the violence against all of them. So I'm so sad for what's happening.
Have gathered in Sydney to express their solidarity with Coptic Christians who were recently killed in the Egyptian capital, Cairo.
Australia's Egyptian Christian community is in mourning. They came together to sing, to listen to community leaders and to express their anger about recent events in...
Your Grace Bishop Cyril, my distinguished parliamentary colleagues, Chris Bowen, Philip Ruddock, Scott Morrison, Craig Kelly, Senator Conchetta Fioravanti-Wells, my distinguished state parliamentary colleagues, the Reverend Fred Nile, David Clark, members of the clergy, above all else, ladies and gentlemen, let me say what an honour it is to stand before you today and share your grief at what has happened to your brothers in Egypt and to speak out loud and clear and strong for the universal decencies of mankind.
Egypt came under attack by a gang of rioters. But what was most disturbing, Deputy Speaker, we saw people dressed in Egyptian police uniforms actually joining in and protecting and aiding and abetting those rioters. Now, if the IMF is going to come in and to loan that money to Egypt, one of those demands it must make sure that the Egyptian government provides full protection and greater security for its Coptic Christian minority.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Tonight I wish to raise in the House of Representatives the plight of the Copts of Egypt. Copts make up between 5 and 10% of Egypt's population, but they are suffering persecution and they are suffering violence in a growing concern. It's been my great pleasure to work with many members of the Coptic community, to work with Sayyidina Bishop Daniel and Sayyidina Bishop Cyril of Melbourne on these issues, both in my time as a minister in the government and as a member for McMahon, with the Australian Coptic movement, and I've attended their rallies, including a recent rally at Sydney at Martin Place. We had hoped that the earlier rallies would be the last. We had hoped that the rallies in 2011 would be the last, because we would no longer need to rally for freedom of religion for the Copts of Egypt. But alas, we have had to continue to rally. Alas, we have had to continue to fight and argue, and we will continue to do so.